I got to do my whole spiel. It's going to be exciting. Hello, everybody. This is Evan Rogers. Nice to see you again. This is going to be the third lesson, the second one with the actual student voices. For the online live lessons, this could be you if you donate $5 or more at Patreon. And we're going to finally get into conversations. Unfortunately for us, John has a sore throat. So even though he doesn't want to talk, I'm going to force him to talk. And we're going to be doing basic conversations that are entirely verb-oriented. John, I have a question. What's a general definition of a verb?
It's an action.
That is exciting how much energy you put into that response. And Kayla, since you know a little bit more, what have all of the verbs ended with so far?
Mas.
That's exactly right. Even though they end in a su sound, they do, or the su character, they do not actually have the oo at the end there. All right. So, did you guys memorize all the words, all the vocab? John's on fire. He's got it all down.
I was practicing on the Quizlet stuff, so I hope.
Excellent.
I get a couple of them mixed up. I'll be honest, I do. But
what do you want to hear from me? I'll say yes.
I want to hear the truth. You can't handle the truth. All right.
The truth is
what's that?
Funny thing. We can't see your screen if you have a screen up, by the way.
Oh, right. I always forget to do that. Yeah. Give me 1 second and I will share my screen. Hopefully it works. Lately, I've been having issues with Skype's screen sharing technology. Can you see it now?
yes.
And when I scroll, does it move?
Yes.
Okay, great. That's actually one of the problems that Skype has once in a while. It's like, oh, you're sharing a screen, doesn't matter. We're not going to let you see things move. As you can see, we have a drill/conversation up here. I have it labeled as 1. I bet you'll never guess why I called it number 1. Because it's the first one. I'm a genius. All right, 1A. On the left side, we have, I guess we'll call them Mr. A or Mrs. A, whoever's speaking. It'll be whatever gender that is. Or sex, whatever. I don't know, whatever. Now, the other side will be B, Mr. or Mrs. B. And it's just a back and forth conversation. So A will say that, and B will say that. Oops, I just made it bold because I'm a brilliant man. If you look, you will see the intonation markers. Can you see that where I highlighted them?
Yes.
Yes.
And you will also notice that one of the words, at the very least, has been underlined.
Uh-huh.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do the 2 example sentences up here. Well, conversations, really. And then we're going to plug and chug. And we'll discuss what the translations are, okay?
Dibs on 1.
And hopefully we'll understand. This will emphasize the idea. Notice how they're all verbs. The idea that when we want to define a part of a speech, like a verb or a noun or something like that, the real chief way that we define a part of a speech is just that they can go instead of any other of that part of speech. Like we can plug any of these Mas verbs with any other one, and as long as the context around it makes sense, it'll work out. Like we couldn't put a noun in these underlined areas and expect to get proper results. Okay. Let's go ahead and begin. Please repeat after me. Tsukurimasu ka?
Tsukurimasu ka?
Hey, John, I gotta one more time. Tsukurimasu ka?
Tsukurimasu ka.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard something crazy. One more time. Tsukurimasu ka?
I completely messed it up the first time.
Everyone on YouTube, go back and re-listen to that. Tell me what he wrote in the comments. All right, sorry, one more time. Tsukurimasu ka?
Tsukurimasu ka.
Yeah, great. Okay, let's tsukurimasu ka?
Tsukurimasu ka?
Great. And then we're just putting the answer, tsukurimasu.
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 It's okay if you guys talk over each other. It's not a big deal. I can generally hear both of you. All right. So, one thing I want to point out. I don't know why I said that. Let's just translate them, okay? The word "skurimasu," John, I bet you can already figure out what it means because I'm highlighting the word right now. It means make.
Yep.
Great. One thing, I don't know, I keep starting off that way. Okay, this says, will you make those? Okay. Notice, "skurimasu" means to make something. However, notice that we added the idea "will" in there. Okay? These mas endings, the best translation is non-past. We'll talk about that in the future, but it's non-past, okay? So when you see mas, it means that it has not happened yet. That's basically all that means. We'll talk about that more, but that means that we have multiple translations for this sentence. And notice the ka particle. What does the ka particle do, Kayla?
Ask the question.
It's the one thing I know, and you keep asking her.
So yeah, the ka turns this into a question, which is excellent because over here we don't have a ka particle, and we can see what it looks like without a ka particle, and we translate it to "I will make them." Okay?
Okay.
So, yeah,
Yep.
I'll make them. Exactly. Yes, I'll make them. Does anyone have any questions about those translations?
I do.
Excellent. I was very much hoping that somebody would have a question. What's your question? I want to hear it.
Well, it's will you make those? But consider, I mean, how do you know that you're asking someone, will they make those? Or let me think how I want to word it.
I know exactly what you're trying to ask, and
You know what I mean?
Oh, yes, I do. That's exactly the question I was hoping you would ask. And believe it or not, we hadn't rehearsed that. That was excellent. You'll notice I put at least 2 words into quotation mark or into parentheses, right?
Yeah.
That's because we have to just simply guess that that's what the proper translation is. In context, you're going to hate that phrase because that's where you're going to hear it 8 million times throughout your journey of Japanese. In context, it should make sense. Out of context, which these sentences would definitely be, we just have to hope that this is what the actual translation is. Indeed, this would be the subject, right? The person who is going to be doing the making would be the subject of the sentence. So we have a subject that does the action. And notice the Japanese does not have the subject listed. And "skurimasu," we're going to make something, and the thing that we're going to make isn't mentioned at all in the Japanese. That's fun.
If this was like a full
Basically,
What?
John, it's saying will make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, it could be, you're going to see a number 2 when we get there. It could even be "do make." Do you make them? So that's super confusing. Now, one of you said it's not a complete sentence. It is a complete sentence. In English, it's not a complete sentence, but in Japanese, this is totally acceptable. This is, in fact, so many just "skurimasu ka?" You're going to hear this all the time. Just boom, and everyone knows what's happening.
It's
That's
like caveman.
What's that? Go ahead.
It's literally like a caveman speaking. Will make.
And yet they're the second strongest economy in the world.
I'm not talking bad of it.
No. It's funny because when I teach this to adults, they're all like, "What? How are they like superpower?" And this is exactly the way it works. This is exactly the way it works. Okay. Japanese has been called the mind reader's language, and that's because of how much context you have to be paying attention to. All right, let's just do this one more time. "Skurimasu ka?"
Skurimasu ka?
What was that, John? One more time. "Skurimasu." Thank you.
Skurimasu.
Great.
I'm tired, man. Skurimasu. Got it.
I
I have to really think about it, or else I end up fumbling it.
You're fine. I was going to ask you to sing opera after this because of your sore throat. And next one. "tsukurimasu."
Skurimasu.
Skurimasu.
Great. And again, we can replace with "hai" if you want to. I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, so let's check out 2A and 2B. I guess conversation section number 2. This is a different verb. "dekimasu ka?"
Dekimasu ka?
Great. Kayla?
Dekimasu ka. Sorry, kept myself on mute on accident.
Oh, I was afraid that maybe I had to deal with your kid. Your son. I got it right. And the response
I
would
mean,
be
I did have to go get him a sippy cup, but I got it taken care of.
gotcha. And the response would be dekimasu.
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 Great. Yeah. Ja. Notice the pattern. Tsukurimasu ka? Tsukurimasu. Dekimasu ka? Dekimasu. Okay?
Very repetitive, yes.
Yeah, well, this is our first conversation. Notice once again, do is how I'm translating this one. It could easily be will, or will she be able to do it would be how we translate that. Will she be able to do it? Yes, she will be able to do it. But here I'm just saying, can she do it? Yes, she can do it. Here, it could easily be, do you make those or will you make those? Either one is an acceptable translation. It entirely depends on context, okay?
So whether it's present tense or future tense is all context.
Yes. And when we say present tense, we can call this present tense. It's almost more of a habit. If you can do something or you do something, it happens over. It's a point in time that happens over multiple instances. You're going to hear me call those habitual, but we won't get into that yet.
Okay.
In English, we call it present tense, but I don't like that. I don't like that one because present sounds like it's happening right now. Anyway, Kayla, 1A. Can you read that? And then John, go ahead and give the answer with 1B, okay?
Yep.
Tsukurimasu ka?
Tsukurimasu.
Yeah, tsukurimasu. All right.
I almost did it in English.
Let's flip it. John, 2A. Kayla, 2B. Or not to be.
Dekimasu ka?
Dekimasu.
Yeah, dekimasu. Great. I think I should probably have an accent mark here. I think it's supposed to be but I didn't put one in, so let's just ignore that for now. All right, great. Now we're going to plug and chug. Kayla, same pattern. Let's use shimasu. Go for it.
Shimasu ka?
Shimasu.
Great. Yeah. John, tabimasu.
The first one?
Yeah. You'll be A.
It doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah. Tabimasu ka?
Hi. Tabimasu.
Great. I don't know why you're laughing, but good. I hope it's all working out. 3, Kayla.
It's good.
Okay. 3, Kayla. Nomimasu.
Nomimasu ka?
Nomimasu.
Nomimasu. Great. Number 4, wakarimasu. Oh, I shouldn't do that. John, you're number 4.
Wakarimasu ka?
Wakarimasu. Sorry.
I gotta know what's so funny over there.
I'm laughing because like the double like the always stresses me out secretly.
What part about it stresses you out?
Just the two, like the two, like in a row. I don't know.
Okay.
It's just like I prefer the high.
Okay. Is that your son?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm laughing because I can hear her like a split second before it comes over through the headphones.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I'm going crazy.
Gotcha. Well, sorry about that. I think it's Kayla's turn. Number 5.
Kimasu ka?
Kimasu.
Kimasu. That one sounded like you were screaming at somebody. All right, John, because I know you don't know these words as well, let's have you translate these words. What does shimasu mean?
That one's easy. It's do.
Great. What about tabimasu?
That one is eat.
Yeah, it's great. Nomimasu.
Drink.
Yeah, great. Wakarimasu.
Understand or get it.
And what does kimasu mean?
To come to a location.
Excellent. Excellently done. So let's translate these sentences. I'll read them, and I'll ask one of you to give me a translation for the sentence. So if I were to say shimasu ka? Shimasu. What do you think that would mean, Kayla?
Like, will you like do?
Now notice in English what that would mean. Will you do? Like I'm selecting somebody to marry.
Will you do that? Or
Yeah.
like, will you play that? Like,
Yeah, well, right,
like,
exactly.
yeah.
No, what you said is accurate, but think about how adding the word it completely changes the sentence.
Yes.
You will do versus you will do it. Yeah, it's interesting how that works, isn't it?
Snoo, snoo.
Yes.
It's fascinating how in English adding the direct object literally changes completely the context of the sentence. But yes, what you're saying is accurate. Will you do it? Yes, I will do it. And notice we have to add that object. We call that a direct object. We have to add the direct object into the sentence in English, whereas in Japanese, they're just like, screw it. I'm just not even going to give you even a subject. I was going to say a verb. Do?
This is fairly confusing. I'm not going to lie to you.
It is
My brain's
confusing. It is confusing. It is confusing. And notice she said, will you do it? And it could even be, do you do that? Like, for example, shimas can also mean to play a sport. So, for example, if we're talking about football, and then I'm like, oh, shimasu ka? Do you play football or whatever sport we're talking about? You'd be like, shimasu. And that would be, yeah, I play it. Cool. All right. Tabemasu ka? Tabemasu. John, give me a translation.
Will you eat that or this?
Yeah, exactly. Whatever it might be.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, exactly. You said it, this. We don't even know what we're talking about. Great. Will you eat it? Notice how even in English we have another future tense. Are you going to eat it? Something like that. Yeah, great. Yeah. Or do you eat that? Maybe you're looking at some girl eating squid in Japan and you're like, oh, God, do you actually eat that? What the? Excellent.
Squid's not bad.
And next one. Nomimasu ka? Nomimasu.
Will you drink it? Yes, I will drink it.
Yeah, or even do you drink it? Exactly. And then this time I'm going to try to remember to use hi, because I keep forgetting to use hi, because I programmed myself to say here. Wakarimasu ka?
Well, that's why earlier I was just switching to hi.
Exactly. Wakarimasu ka? Hi, wakarimasu. John, what do you think that means?
Do you get it? Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I got it. So, John, wakarimasu ka?
Yes. No.
By the way, we'll learn how to do negatives soon. Don't worry. Kimasu ka?
No.
Yeah, even though there's like an ocean and a giant, like 2 continents separating the 2 countries, English in America and Japanese have the exact same word for no.
No.
That's not true. All right, last one. Kimasu ka? Kimasu.
Will you come? Yes, I will come.
Yeah, exactly. I got a party. We're gonna come tonight. Come see my, I don't know, pet fish.
Boy, you were throwing some crazy parties, man.
Yeah, man. It is a shark. I got a great white, and I'm trying to fit him into one of those fish bowls. All right, so great.
Yeah, most
you
people
come?
Call that a fish.
I think they're fish, aren't they? I don't know. We have to talk about the biology of sharks. Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
All right. Hopefully that makes sense. Any questions with this? Other than really, they don't give us subjects or direct objects.
Yeah. Well, you already answered my other one about how you do it if it's past tense.
Did we teach you past tense? I don't think we've taught you past tense yet.
No, you just answered why it's not past tense.
Oh, okay.
Because of the mas.
Yes, exactly. And we're gonna talk. That's really an important thing to note in the future. Okay. Any other questions?
I don't think so.
Sounds like a no.
No.
Well, how about let's save this for next time, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. We'll talk about all this stuff, and then we're gonna have a little bit of grammar down here that we can talk about. Great, excellent. See you guys on Wednesday, and I guess we'll be visited by your mother, Kayla.
Yes, maybe more.
And maybe even okay, great. Yeah. Okay, great. And if you want to, here's a hint. We'll be talking about conversation 2. But if we have your family coming over, we'll try to do a repeat lesson to help everybody memorize these words. Okay. Tell them to practice these conversations and memorize the vocabs. Okay.
Yes,
Sounds
they need
good.
to. For sure. Not us.
Exactly. They need to. All right. Hey,
I've
everybody.
been practicing mine, John.
I will see you guys on Wednesday. Hopefully I won't be asleep. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you like, subscribe, and share this video to everybody you know and yell at them repeatedly until they subscribe as well. If you'd like to support me even more, head on over to patreon.com, where for just $1 a month, 3 cents a day, that's it, it's darn near free, you can help me financially keep these videos coming. And as a reward for your Patreon donations, you get access to all of the miscellaneous things that I produce to help out my own students who I teach in person, and also just things that I make for myself. And if you want a little bit more bang for your buck, head on over to Teespring, where you can get lots of fun clothing, mugs, stickers, cell phone cases, all that I've designed. More designs to come. I hope you have yourself a happy dappy day. Peace out.